Recording. Now we're recording. Okay, cool. We rocking. We rolling. Now, tonight, what we're talking about is basically how a move, taking the leap of faith can actually save your life, because you have so many people who are afraid to take that next step. We have a lot of people who are in places right now they don't need to be in right now because they've become complacent. Sometimes people will stay with the devil they know just because of the things that's unknown. So you come from you've made the move. You've made the move from Tennessee. Tell the people a little bit about you in your situation and all that other good stuff.
Okay. I'm a wife, a mother of actually 4 children. Okay. 2 of my children are adults. They're grown and gone. And I worked at my previous job for 9 years. I worked in banking. And as I forestated, I'm also an author. And I became affiliated with the Atlanta area through Kenya's program. I joined the online program, and I actually came for the workout weekend that he has annually. And as a result of coming here, I was like, man, there's something about this place. And it wasn't that I had done so much while I was here, but it was just a feeling of hope and a feeling that I could actually achieve more by making a move such as this, that there was something more for me than just being in small town Tennessee. But it was a really hard decision because, like I said, I had been on my job for 9 years. My husband had been on his job for several years. I was a homeowner and all of that. But I was so tired of the same thing over and over. Every day, day in, day out, my life was the same. And it looked like it wasn't going to change. And I realized I don't want to die like this.
So essentially, you had a routine. You had an everyday routine of life. Now, Tony, you were in You were in Columbus, Georgia. Now, explain to me, what was life like in Columbus, Georgia, for you?
It was boring. It was very mundane. Same old. No progress, no growth. I just felt stuck. I was just there, basically. Just there.
So what was the turning point for you that made you decide to move to Atlanta?
Actually, one day I was like, there has got to be more than this. I just know that there is. I don't care what anybody says. There has got to be more than this. So I came to Atlanta a couple times, even though it's literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And I was in Columbus for some years. I came and I was like, wow, look at all these people. What are they doing? Like, where are they going? I would just be amazed because there's so many people. They just be driving and walking. They like, what are they doing? I know, because we don't have that. So I was like, okay, you know what? There has got to be a place for me there. There has got to be something better than what I am doing here. Although
now let me ask you this. What would your life look like now if you had stayed in Columbus? What do you think your life would have turned out and looked like had you decided to stay?
Wow, I would still be 217 pounds, if not more.
And tell the people how much you done lost with me.
47 pounds. I lost
47 pounds. So you would have been 217 still.
I would still have been 270, probably more, because what I was doing was I was just unhappy. And you know how when you're unhappy, you just eat or you find something to try to fill the void. So I think that's what I was doing. So I probably would have been more than that. I might have been 300 pounds by now, Lord Jesus.
So were you eating out of boredom?
I think I was eating to try to fill a space, like something was missing. I always knew something was missing. I knew something was not right, but everybody around me was like, you good, you're doing good, we good, and then I just got caught up in that. And everybody was feeding me and I was eating. So I guess they wanted me to be big and unhappy and keep me there.
they try to keep you in the same spot. Now, Cree, let me ask you this. What would your life look like had you stayed where you were?
Had I stayed where I was, I feel like my life would have continued to dwindle down and continue to feel hopeless. I mean, like I said, I was in the banking industry, and banking has changed so much that we almost saw tumbleweeds going through the lobby. And that's how my life was changed. It was like every day you were seeing the same three people, or you were having the same conversation, and nobody even had hope of a future. And the thing that scared me the most was, if I'm feeling this way, I'm teaching my children the same thing. I'm not giving them a hope of a future. I'm not showing them that they can have more to life. And I'm like, why am I in my 30s feeling like I'm in my 70s? I can't do that. There's got to be more to life than this.
Well, let me ask you this. Did y'all ever feel hopeless where y'all were? Was there a feeling of hopelessness?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Like the Twilight Zone. I think we talked about this the other day. You feel like, or I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Like I wasn't really living. This was not my life. I was just kind of looking over. Yeah, I was just there. Like it was just terrible. You were just there.
Yeah.
Just waking up every day like, this is just a mess, a hot mess.
Right.
So what was there ever a defining moment when you were like, you know what, I gotta go. I really gotta go. Was there that one defining moment? And if there was, tell me about it.
For me,
I'll let you go first.
That defining moment for me was when my daughter accepted a job position in a field that was in the finance industry. It was similar to my job, even though it was for a different company. And when I saw her take that job, I said, I have got to show my children that there is another way of life. I cannot let her get stuck the way I feel like I've gotten stuck. And since I've made this move, when I stepped out, I don't want people to think it was just easy. I took a pay cut. I stepped out on faith. When I moved, I had the pay cut. My husband didn't have a job. We came 100% on faith.
Yes.
And as a result, now I'm more blessed than I have ever been. I'm like,
come on.
Wow. Jesus.
Now let's talk about your blessing, because recently you just got yourself a new ride.
Yes.
Tell the people. And see, we're gonna talk about rides because it's so funny, because everybody from here to here to everybody on this little thing that got rides.
Right.
Who just stanky and nasty rides since we've been down here. Tell the people the story about your rides, both of y'all. Start with Cree. Cree, go ahead and tell the people about your ride story.
Oh, well, I mean, I had what I thought was a nice car. I bought it brand new, and I loved my car, and it was all fine and good. And then things started to dwindle down, and ends wasn't meeting quite as good as I thought they were. And I got a little further behind on this payment and a little further behind on that payment. And then it was like, the car's not outside. And it was like, well, what we gonna do? And so I just prayed about it. But I thank God that I kept the mentality that in spite of, the Lord is gonna bless. I'm not gonna be negative about it. I'm just gonna wait on God. And within 2 months time.
Uh-oh, you gone. Hold on. Wait. You talking? Hold on. Hold on, Cree. Can you hear me now? Cree, you done left me. Hold on. Y'all done left me. Hold on. We got Tony back on. Hold on 1 second, everybody. We got Tony back on. You can't hear me? Log off for a second to come back. Hold on. Boom. Hold on. Yeah, I can't hear you either. So click off. Look. Click off. Click off.
And I mean,
click off, then click back on. There you go. Good. We working now. Now we working. Let's see. Now we got Tony. And why are people calling my house at 8 o'clock? Hold on, y'all. All right, Craig, we back.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I lost you. Hold on, let's get Tony back.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear you either.
Okay, never mind. I'll just go ahead and I'll try one more time. Try it one more time. Because I want people to hear your testimony about your change in your life. Because I love change. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get everybody else. Y'all be patient with me for 1 second. I'm trying to get everybody back on. But as I'm waiting for people to come back on, let me give you a little background about me. Give you a little background about me and how I got here. Can you hear me now, Creed?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm talking about now, hold on 1 second. What I'm talking about now is I was basically talking about how I got here. And long story short, for those who don't know my story, grew up in South Carolina, been in South Carolina all my life. Long story short, I was sitting in my living room. I was doing pretty well in South Carolina, doing pretty good. And then God spoke to me and basically told me the gift that I've given you is bigger than the area that you're serving. Now make sure you go out and make sure everybody gets your gift. And I was excited about that. I'm like, man, I got some awesome stuff to do. Yah, blah, yah, blah. I was crunk. But then I had to pause for a second because I was like, okay, how I do that? I was excited about, the promotion and the elevation and knowing that I had some specialness on my life, some extra on my life, but I didn't know what to do. So I did what every Black person has done in life. Come to Atlanta. I came to Atlanta. I was here for a little bit in a relationship ended abruptly. The next thing you know, your boy is homeless. He didn't know, him being me, I had no clue what I was going to do. I didn't want to go back home, but I didn't know what to do. It's so funny because, again, I knew that there was something I was supposed to be doing, but the only thing I could think of, dang, do I go home? I'm like, no, because God told me that there was some stuff that I had to do. But it dawned upon me, okay, this is part of the process. This is part of the process. So you fight through your process to get what you're supposed to have. I actually got my one of my best friends in life, Kimberly Bradford, who was a client of mine at the time, let me crash on her couch for 4 months. And that's what kind of grew this whole deal. I think there's something with couches because every great person I know done crashed on couches, from Tyler Perry to myself. We done crashed couches. But tell the people about your car situation, Creed.
Okay. Well, like I was saying before, one day we went outside and the car wasn't there. And I was determined to stay faithful. I was determined to keep my head up because I said, since I lost it, some way, somehow, the Lord was going to bless me with something else. And when he did, the pastor had prophesied to me, and he said, the whole church, he said in 25 days that the Lord was going to work some miracles. He said people think because it was the end of the year that God was done working miracles. And it came to December 31st, and I went to the dealership. First of all, the Lord blessed, and I got a really big surprise.
What you get?
I had an awesome bonus. I mean, out of all the jobs I've ever worked in my entire life, Even if you add up the bonuses I've gotten, if you add
I'm her
them
boss,
together,
y'all. Just in case y'all didn't know, I'm her
bonus
boss.
I got on that
day. That's what's up.
And I mean, we were able to go to the dealership, and not only were we able to get a vehicle, but it was a better vehicle than the one that I lost.
That's awesome.
The mileage was lower and the year was higher. So, I mean, I had a 2012 with 50-something thousand miles, and I ended up with a 2014. So, and then I'm thanking God, looking forward to my next upgrade.
That's what's up. Now let me ask you this: has it been worth it? Has the leap of faith, has it been worth it for you and your family?
It has, because that's what I want to say. This was definitely a leap of faith. Like I said, I left a home. I left my family. I left my friends. When I moved, literally, me and my husband picked out Douglasville off a map. The only thing we knew about Douglasville is that you had a workout group here. Didn't even know where the group was held at. I mean, that's the only way we had even heard of Douglasville, Georgia. And have no friends or family here, nothing. And literally, we came just the four of us, me, my husband, and the two children that are still home with us. And he didn't have a job at the time, and I had accepted. And the funny thing about the position that I had accepted, it was really a trial position, because you were trying me out. You didn't know how I would do, and I didn't know what I was even going to be doing.
Right.
You know, you just said, I'm going to have you doing something.
I was like, oh, Lord. And you know what? And let me say this too. When you take a leap of faith like that, I was determined to make that thing work. Because that's one of the things that's one of the things that I always try to explain to people about being a boss. When you are a boss, it's just not a title. You're supporting families. So, you know, I don't take that lightly. So it's kind of like, okay, she's moving, and it was a compliment to me, and it really made me look at myself like, wow, she's moving her family just because she believes, you know, in what we're doing. So that made me step my game up too. Like, okay, now if she sees this, okay, I need to see it a little bit deeper too. So I thank you for that too, because you made me step up my game. Also, we got Tony Alley back in the house. Tony, can we talk about the hoopty? We were talking about cars. Can we talk about your hoopty you used to have? Let's talk about your hoopty.
Not the hoopty, Jesus. Not the hoopty, Lord. Yeah, I had to get in my little raggedy hoopty and come on up to Atlanta. It got me here, though. It got me.
It got you. But what are you pushing now? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you know, I just have just a little Audi.
You got a little
2015 Audi, yeah.
When I tell you that Audi is so nasty, good people. That Audi is sexy. But and let me ask you this too. Since you moved from Columbus to Atlanta, has the leap of faith, has it been worth it?
Oh, wow. That is like an understatement. It is such an understatement. It has been more than worth it. For one, just so much stress gone, for one. Just
okay.
Got to say. But just being around just positive people, you know, especially you, Kenya, you know, it's not just the weight loss with you. Everything is like it's total transformation. It's total. It's the weight loss. It starts with it, but you build everything. You build our confidence. You help us build our businesses. You build. It's like a state of mind. And when we get around you, it's like, we don't want to let you down. Like, we don't want to disappoint you. So we have to step it up because you're stepping it up. So, and you push us. So you cannot help but to say that this move has been great for me. It's been great for my business. It's been great for my mind, my family, everything.
Now let me ask you this. When you try to get better and when you try to elevate your life, Did you have a lot of naysayers? Did you have a lot of detractors? Did you have a lot of people saying, why are you moving in? You don't know anybody. Did you have those type of people who try to stunt your growth?
Definitely. I still have those type of people. My favorite line is, "Oh, you think you're cute now?" Yeah, I kind of do.
Oh, you are. You lost your 47 pounds and got your anatomy. Yeah, you should be feeling good about that.
You think you're cute, but you have those people that, I don't want to say they're jealous, but they may be. But it's like they don't want you to feed them. They don't want you to feed them.
They're jealous.
Yeah, they're jealous.
I said it for you. Go ahead.
Thank you. They don't want you to get ahead because they're not moving. So they want you to stay right where you are and stay right with them. And then when you do try to do just a little something, even like your friends or the people you thought were your friends or your circle, your team, those people that you thought would have your back and would be happy for you, those are the main people that are like, you think you too good now. No,
the thing is, I think a lot of times your success makes other people think about their failures. So it's kind of like they get mad at you for reminding them of what they could have had they stepped out. Because again, everybody has the same opportunity, but only a few steps forward.
Right.
Did you encounter that? Did you encounter that, Cree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I had people to literally say, when I said, yeah, I'm moving, and oh, you'll be back. I can't believe you ain't going nowhere. Back. You ain't no different from us. I said, I was never one of y'all to begin with.
Not the head. She got the whole head.
Look, she gave me all of that.
All of that, right.
Look, but wait a minute. But Cree, can we talk about the beauty of moving and the rewards that you reap? Can you talk about the conversation we had today with your mother?
Oh, yes.
Should we talk about that? What happened?
One thing I have always, as a child, I've always wanted to be the one that could be a huge blessing to my mother. I wanted to be the one that could make mama proud. I watched my mother struggle. I watched all the things that she's done for us, for her grandchildren, for everybody. My mother is the type of person that she would take a stranger in from off the street. She took her Social Security check and opened up a food pantry and fed people. And she's always been the giver and never the receiver. And so with my blessing this month,
hey,
courtesy of
what
my
you do?
Job, I bought a card and I went to the post office and I sent her a package, overnight express. But I called her last night and I said, what you doing tomorrow? And she said, well, I got to run out and do this. And I told her, I said, I have some important paperwork coming, but I had it sent to your house and it's real important. I need you to be there. And she said, well, okay, but I have this stuff, but I'll do it for you because I know you need my help. And she called me when it came. She said, I haven't opened the envelope yet. She said, but it's weird because it says it's from you in Douglasville. And so I called Kenya and I said, I got my mama on the phone. So I had him on speaker and I put her on speaker and I said, go ahead and open it. She said, this is a card. And it said, I love you, mama, with all my heart. And she opened it. She said, thinking of, oh my goodness.
She done made it rain on her mama, Tony.
Yeah, she had a monetary blessing inside. And she said, I wish I hadn't took that swig of coffee. You're going to give an old woman a
stroke. And it's stuff like that you wouldn't be doing if you were still at home. So is there anything you want to say? Parting words. Is there anything you like to say to somebody who wants to make the move to a better situation? Anything you like to say to a person who's trying to do better?
Absolutely. I want to say, don't wait for the circumstance to be perfect. If the Lord puts it on your heart and he opens up the door, no matter how small that door may seem, it may just be a crack.
Right.
Don't wait for it. You're expecting a big old wide swinging door, because I accepted the crack in the door.
Right.
But because I stepped through that crack, then I was able to see all of the glory that God wanted to bring me into. And when it's God speaking to you, because he will remind you and he will start to set things in motion. And I mean, don't expect everything got to be perfect. Once all of this happens, then I can move out. Because had I not stepped out when I did, I wouldn't be reaping the blessings that I'm reaping now. I mean, although it was hard, I cried like a baby as I was pulling out of my driveway with the U-Haul and all of that, coming to an unfamiliar place, feeling like I was Abraham, leaving my family behind, going to a place God said, I'll send you.
Right.
But this was the best move. And now I'm looking at things in a way I never expected. Like I told Kenya, I'm actually thinking about financial planning. Wow.
Come on.
Things I never imagined. I actually see a future that I only dreamed of before, and now it's actually coming into focus. So step out there. That's
what's happening. Tony, what advice would you give somebody who's trying to step out on faith, jump off the edge of the cliff?
Well, shoot, Creedon said it all. What am I supposed to say after that? Right. But you know what? I would just kind of add on this, just do it. Don't think about it too long, because when you think about stuff too long, you end up not doing it. Pray about it. When God opens the door, just go for it. Like I said, I packed up some stuff in the car. I didn't even have any place to stay. I was literally driving back and forth, staying, sleeping in my office, but I was determined that I was not going to be down there. Yeah. So you just have to take a leap of faith and let God open the door. And when I tell you, he opened a door and windows and blessings just start coming in, you just got to go with it, follow it, stay faithful, pray, keep the Lord first. And I'm trying to tell you that it will come. It will come. It'll come in a way you'll be like, Lord,
right?
What am I supposed to do with all this? I don't know.
And now we're doing we're doing tours all over the country.
Right.
We'll be doing Dallas. We'll be doing Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, New York, Miami, all over the country and all over the world. But for the people who are watching this, let me leave you with this in terms of stepping out on faith. At some point, you have to ask yourself, when? At some point, you just have to say when and why not me? If you see evidence of other people being successful because they've stepped out, why not you? Why not now? At some point, you have to say, I only have one life to live. I already know what it's like to be here. I need to see what my life looks like over here. So for those who are struggling with taking the leap of faith, go ahead, because you have 3 people who are reaping the rewards for doing basically what God told us to do. Step out on faith. Go to fertile ground so you can grow. Because again, a seed can't grow if it's buried somewhere in the desert. You can't you've never seen a beautiful palm tree in the desert, in the middle of the desert. So go somewhere that's fertile, where you can grow and you can have people, just nourish your seed so you can just grow. So that's the advice that I would give to everybody, because again, faith and fear can't live in the same spot. So really exercise your faith instead of always living in your fear. So that's my parting words. Also, for the people who are watching this, if you look at Cree over here, we're gonna start like a little book club deal. We're gonna assign we're gonna start assigning books for the people that's on the Brick House page, because if you know me, I need for you to grow in all areas of life. So it will be books that will grow your mind. TV is great, but not really. You need information, because those without a plan will perish. So you need that information to help you formulate your plan so you can become the person you were meant to be. And those are the books that I'm going to assign. Stuff that makes you think, stuff that makes you grow. Because the whole thing about being a brick house is this: I need you to be sexy, I need you to be healthy, and I need for you to be wealthy. And that's where we're going. Also, now if you look at this beautiful person down here, she's the best event plan I've ever had in life. So she's going to start blabbing about how to make stuff look beautiful for your wedding, your parties, your events and stuff like that. Because we've been a blessing to a lot of people, because I've had her, I've assigned her to do stuff for our bricks, no matter if it's an anniversary party or a Sweet 16 party, we're here to bless you. So keep an eye out on that beautiful lady down there, because we got some stuff to do. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. For the people that's on Periscope, thank you for hanging out with us. For the people that's on Blab, thank you for hanging out with us. And we're going to do this again next week. Y'all be good. Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Good girl. Good girl. Now let's see if I can turn this off right without messing it up. Right. Pause recording. Y'all be good. Y'all click off now. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Okay. Oops. Okay.
Look at you. All right, Cree, you gotta click off. There it is. Now let me see if I can do it.